Hello and welcome to Granada Reports.
On the programme this evening.
Guilty. A jury finds ex-Manchester City footballer Joey Barton did cross the line between free speech and crime.
The smile that says it all. Work begins on Liverpool's new baby hospice.
From a new hospice to a new school, and a really special day for some very lucky children in Rochdale.
48 days to go and the Manchester Christmas markets are not just back, but back in their historic home.
And it's certainly been a mild week, but if you're on the lookout for the weekend's forecast, I'll have that later on in the programme.
Well, first tonight, and former Manchester City player Joey Barton has been convicted of sending grossly offensive social media posts.
The messages were aimed at broadcaster Jeremy Vine and TV football pundits Lucy Ward and Eni Aluko.
Well, this afternoon, a jury found he'd crossed the line between free speech and a crime with 6 posts he made on X, formerly Twitter. He was cleared on 6 other charges.
Well, let's cross live now to our reporter Tim Scott, who's been covering proceedings at Liverpool Crown Court. Tim.
Yes, well, after a 5-day trial, Joey Barton was being convicted on half of the 12 charges that he faced. On each one, he was accused of sending a grossly offensive electronic communication with intent to cause distress or anxiety. The charges related to posts that Joey Barton made on X last year. The targets of those posts were the football pundits Lucy Ward and Eni Aluko and the broadcaster Jeremy Vine. Following a televised football match on ITV last year in which Miss Ward and Miss Aluko were working, Mr Barton began posting his disdain for the pair and questioning their abilities. In a post about Eni Aluko, he said, "Only there to tick boxes, get them off the men's football, affirmative action, all on the back of BLM George Floyd nonsense." Later that day, he posted a picture of Lucy Ward and Eni Aluko's faces superimposed onto a photograph of the serial killers Fred and Rose West. Appearing as a witness earlier this week, Miss Aluko told the jury that Barton's post had left her feeling devastated, intimidated and depressed. Miss Ward described being on the end of those posts as horrific. Then, after broadcaster Jeremy Vine questioned Mr Barton's posts about the pundits, Joey Barton replied, calling Mr Vine a bike nonce, and he later posted that he would phone police if he saw Jeremy Vine near a children's primary school. In his witness testimony, Mr Vine said that Joey Barton's post had left him feeling scared and having sleepless nights. In his defence, Joey Barton claimed that he was the victim of what he called a political prosecution, and he denied posting on X to get clicks and to promote himself. Having been found guilty of those 6 charges, though, Mr Barton must now wait until a pre-sentence report can be produced ahead of sentencing, and that sentencing date has been set for the 8th of December. Katie Gamal.
Tim in Liverpool, thank you.
Well, next tonight to some lovely news as we approach 1 year since Zoe's Place Baby Hospice in Liverpool was saved from closure.
Yeah, you may recall how people in the city and, of course, you, our viewers, rallied together to keep it open, raising millions of pounds. Well, earlier today, work officially started on a new state-of-the-art hospice, ushering a bright new chapter.
Well, what a difference a year makes, as Zoe Muldoon reports.
A new era for Liverpool Zoe's Place. Tomorrow will be 1 year since the baby hospice was saved from closure. And today, staff and families put on their hard hats to break ground on the brand new site.
There's a bit of drawing breath and saying, thank goodness that chapter's over, let's get ready for the next chapter. There's also an immense sense of pride in the community that they've done this.
Seeing the land and the plans all marked out for us, it's really exciting to think that we can, after what we've been through, to think we can now look at the future.
He's so handsome.
Just over 12 months ago, the hospice was hit with the devastating news that it could be shut for good. But the people of Liverpool were determined that wasn't going to happen. The plight of Zoe's Place captured the nation, and a mammoth fundraising effort saw over £6 million raised in a month.
A year ago, we were seeing floods of tears, weren't we, and despair and despondency and thinking we lost Zoe's, and then today, obviously, is a culmination of so many people's efforts. Everyone knows, I'm a proud Scouser, and, I'm so proud of what the city's capable of, and, it's hard to put into words what I feel about the pride seeing today, seeing the kids, seeing the families, seeing the staff. We just didn't think, this day had arrived, but it has.
For nearly 30 years, Liverpool Zoe's Place has been caring for babies and young children with life-limiting and life-threatening conditions. One of them is 5-year-old Jude.
Hospice for us is obviously, it's a safe space for us, for knowing that we can bring Jude here. We know that he's safe, he's well cared for. It's a huge trust element, giving a child with complex needs over to other people. Life is 24/7 when you've got a child with complex needs. So without the hospice, there's no other lifeline there for us. It's amazing being here now to visualise what the new hospice is going to be like. Strikes a chord, definitely.
And Jude's got his little high vis on, hard hat.
Yeah, he's ready. If he needs to be part of it, he can be.
The new hospice will be a state-of-the-art centre with some of the most advanced technology available. There's a lot of work to do, but it's hoped the new hospice will be ready by the end of next year.
I genuinely believe that we'll have one of the best children's hospices in the world by the time this is finished, and that's quite a thing to be able to claim, isn't it? Sort of watch this space throughout 2026, and hopefully you'll start to see a building emerge out of the ground really, really quickly.
As the building work starts and the charity enters this exciting new chapter, Liverpool Zoe's Place will also start the process of transitioning to its new name, Little Lights, reflecting the hope, warmth and brightness that the hospice brings to the families it supports.
The whole community have been involved with the name Little Lights, which is what we are going to become. It's part of the community, the community own it.
And Little Lights will be here for many more years to come.
Many years to come, yeah.
A year ago, this hospice was fighting for survival. Now it's building the future. Yay! Zoe Muldoon, ITV News, Liverpool.
Yeah, what a lovely moment. Well, next tonight, and some more wonderful news. I must say I'm enjoying this. It makes a change. We've reported many times in Granada Reports about the lack of school places for children with special educational needs.
Yeah, well, tonight we're taking a look around a brand new high school that's just opened at Haywood near Rochdale. That's designed specifically for pupils' needs like autism.
Yeah, specialist teachers will provide a version of the national curriculum tailored for each child's needs.
Well, our correspondent Anne O'Connor went to meet some of the new starters.
So we're going to do a bit of We Will Rock You. 3, 2, 1, and we're going to...
The children at Haywood Academy have finally found the right rhythm for learning.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
30 secondary school age pupils with autism or speech and language needs, now in tune with a different approach to their education. Kylan demonstrates that difference in the sensory room where pupils can go when the class gets too much, a walk through water or a journey away. All are working towards GCSEs, studies they'd struggle with in mainstream schools.
The best thing I'm going to say is making friends, doing the lessons, and all the lessons and the teachers are very nice.
It's just the sense of security and the option to go out when you feel overwhelmed. I mean, when everything's getting a bit muffly and a bit too hard.
If I need a space and all that, then if I need my own personal space, then I could always go to the sensory room or just have a bit of a, relax.
Everything has been thought about here, even carpeted corridors to avoid the din of children moving around the school that might overload the senses of their classmates and interrupt their learning.
So smart, guys. I'm gonna bring out my queen.
The calm here often comes at the end of the storm their families have to get special needs provision. This brand new facility is unique and needed all over the Northwest and beyond.
Parents come and it can be challenging because they've always had that fight. Anyway, they come here and it's like, work with us. And it's that opposite experience, and then we really get them on board, the children are happy, and their home life then, the impact that it has, not just on them in school, but at home as well.
Definitely, we need more provision, but here in the Borough of Rochdale, we have been working on a strategy and a plan for many years now to try and make sure that we can fulfil every child's needs.
It is not just maths, English and science they'll learn here. There's what's called outdoor education to teach them how to live in what can be a difficult world.
How to shop, they will learn how to socialise, they go to leisure activities, but that has an impact on those families, because some of these families will not go out with their young people because there can be challenges.
Haywood is now officially open and next year will welcome 75 students, giving them all a chance to meet their goals. Anne O'Connor, ITV News, Haywood.
Yeah, looks fantastic, doesn't it? Well, on to some more of the day's news now. And a former soldier from Greater Manchester has appeared in court for extradition proceedings after being accused of murdering a woman in Kenya. Robert James Purkis told Westminster Magistrates Court he does not consent to his extradition. It's after the Kenyan authorities said he was wanted for the alleged murder of 21-year-old Agnes Wanjiru, whose body was found near a British Army base. Mr. Purkis was remanded in custody until next Friday.
An alleged shoplifter has been detained, none other than by the head of Greater Manchester Police. Chief Constable Sir Stephen Watson was attending a parade for new recruits in Prestwich when he spotted his officers chasing the suspect. GMP's top cop decided to take matters into his own hands and detained the suspect himself.
The mother of murdered teenager Brianna Jai has praised plans to bring in a phone-free school day for pupils in Cheshire. The Cheshire Police and Crime Commissioner has announced £150,000 in funding for schools to bring in special pouches for students to lock away their mobiles. Since Brianna's death, her mother Esther Jai has launched a campaign to get phones out of schools. Just time now for one of the best times of the year. It is, of course, the start of the Christmas markets in Manchester.
How is it the start of the Christmas markets in Manchester already? Feels like yesterday that it was last year's. Well, this year there's more than 200 stalls across 10 sites, turning the city into a winter wonderland.
Yeah, and this year it's the first time the market is back in its spiritual home since before the pandemic. Well, let's cross now to our reporter Tasha Kachiri. Tasha, are you in the festive spirit yet? It looks like you are.
What do you think? I've got my Christmas hat on, I've got tinsel, of course I'm in the Christmas spirit. But if you didn't know this, Christmas is my favourite time of year. So why not bring it on a little bit earlier? And we are in Albert Square, the home of the Manchester Christmas market. It actually hasn't been here since 2019, so this is a massive deal to be back home. Now, as you said before, it's 10 different locations across the city, 270 plus stalls. It's actually the biggest in the country. Now we're gonna go and talk to Pat Carney. Pat, what does the Christmas market mean for Manchester?
Well, beyond all the fun and the jollity, it is a multi-million-pound boost to Manchester's economy, particularly the jobs in hotels, in hospitality and in retail, and it supports those jobs. So fantastic boost to Manchester.
And I see that you are already in the Christmas spirit. Is it because of the Christmas market?
No, I've had this on since August and I'm not embarrassed, you know, I will say that. I love Christmas, I'm like you, I'd have Christmas every day of the year.
A man after my own heart. Now, the Christmas market has been going for 27 years, and someone who's been here all this time is Anya. Hello, Anya.
Hello. Pleasure seeing you again.
And what's it like seeing the market back in its home?
I would say it's just fantastic. It's a very lovely outlay, and have a look how the trees are illuminated. We're just waiting for the town hall to be as it used to be, and it's lovely to be back.
And it's 27 years. What's it been like seeing all the changes that have come and gone?
I think it's a proper improvement. You know, the city's changed a lot in all these years, and also the markets, and it's a very open community. Everybody is around, so we really love it. This is why we're always coming back.
Of course. Now, Anya's right. It looks a little bit different than it did before. There's more rides, there's more space, but there's still that buzz of Christmas. I just remember coming here as a kid and thinking, wow, and it's still got that buzz about it. Now, the Christmas markets will be open until the 22nd of December, but Albert Square and the skating rink at the cathedral will be on until the 4th of January. So plenty of time for all to enjoy. Gamal and Katie.
Get your hands on one of those donuts, Tasha. Thank you.
What are we thinking? Is it too early for Christmas jumpers at the start of November?
Probably not. Probably not. Time for sport now, and a severe punishment for one of Preston North End's players. Hi, Mike.
Yeah, hi guys. Yeah, this involves an incident that happened last season when Preston played Burnley. Well, today the Football Association has delivered its verdict. Preston's Milutin Osmaic has been banned for 9 matches for allegedly making racist comments to Burnley's Hannibal Mejbri. Mejbri made the allegations after the two Lancashire rivals met in the Championship in February. The FA said an independent panel found the allegations to be proven. Osmaic, seen here scoring this week, has always denied the allegations. He's been fined £21,000. Preston say they are extremely disappointed by the decision. Well, next to the Premier League, and one of the highlights of the season, it's Manchester City against Liverpool in the Premier League on Sunday. 10 games in, and there's only 1 point between the sides. City second in the table, Liverpool third. But with Arsenal already building a lead at the top, neither can really afford to lose this one. It's a landmark game for Pep Guardiola, his 1,000th as a manager. And there's some good news for City's Phil Foden today. He's been recalled to the England squad. He hasn't played for his country since March. David Chisnell reports.
They've been the dominant teams in the Premier League for the last 8 seasons, with 6 titles for Manchester City and 2 for Liverpool. Whether it's been Jurgen Klopp or now Arne Slot, this rivalry has helped to define Pep Guardiola's time in England, so it's only fitting Sunday's game will be his 1,000th as a manager.
If I have to choose one rival to this personal, of course, Middleston, that of course I want to share with many people, obviously. That would be the best. Liverpool, especially with Jurgen, have been the biggest rival in this country and could not be better.
Well, Slot did the league double over Guardiola last season on the way to winning the Premier League. And after ending a run of 6 defeats in 7, his side go to the Etihad buoyed by wins over Aston Villa and Real Madrid.
We were actually very consistent. But the thing is, we were consistent in losing. So that wasn't the idea about being consistent. When I wasn't working here and when I was in Holland, I did know when City Liverpool was or where Liverpool City was. And I could tell you I was 100% sure in front of my television when this game was there. Similar to Classico, by the way. But these are the few games everyone is looking forward to.
This is the last Premier League fixture before the next international break. After getting back to his best, Phil Foden's back in the England squad after being recalled by Thomas Tuchel today for the first time since March.
We're delighted that they're in shape, in form and back with us. The main thing with Phil is that he gets a role in the central part of the pitch. I don't see him as a winger at the moment, and maybe not anymore. He should have a central role. I think that brings out his strengths the most.
Just 1 place and 1 point separate City and Liverpool, who sit second and third in the table as they both play catch-up to the leaders Arsenal. With the likes of Haaland against Van Dijk, there are intriguing matchups right across the pitch as this regional rivalry once again gains global attention. David Chisnell, ITV News.
Well, as we've mentioned, City's Phil Foden has been recalled to the England squad today, but there's still no place for Jack Grealish. He's been impressive since his loan move to Everton. Here's his manager's reaction.
We get asked about Jack in every press conference, which is rightly so, and that tells you how well he's done, but also what he's thought of by many supporters in England and the UK. We're really pleased with how he's doing. We want him to keep adding to his tally of assists, and a couple of goals more as well would help. I've said many times that Thomas Tuchel will pick his team, and he has to decide what he wants. At the moment, Jack's doing really well here for us.
Well, Everton take on Fulham tomorrow, and ahead of that match, the club have rolled out the red carpet for members of the armed forces. Servicemen and women, both serving and veterans, were given a tour of the Hill Dickinson Stadium. And their day got even better when Blues stars James Tarkowski, Michael Keane and Dwight McNeil joined them for a catch-up. The group will return to the stadium tomorrow for the Remembrance fixture. Well, next to a special moment for the Manchester United manager, Ruben Amorim has collected his first Premier League Manager of the Month award. It follows a perfect October in which United won 3 games from 3. Brian Mbeumo was also named the Premier League's Player of the Month. Finally, the curtain comes down on the Rugby League season tomorrow with the third and final Ashes test between England and Australia. Sadly for England, the series is gone. They are already 2-0 down as they head to Headingley. But after an improved performance in the second test in Liverpool last week, head coach Sean Wayne is optimistic England fans might yet have something to cheer.
The mood now is very, very intent on getting a result on Saturdays. We just need to be really thorough, concentrate for 80 minutes, and we'll get what we deserve.
Yeah, fingers crossed for that England win tomorrow.
Before you go, Mike, I just want to put you on the spot and ask you for your prediction for the Liverpool City game.
OK. Well, regular viewers will know that we give these huge games a big match preview and they always end up goalless. So watch out for that at tea time on Sunday. 0-0.
OK, you heard it here first. Mike, cheers. Thank you.
Well, fanning tonight, he's been in show business for 25 years now and launched his career at the Frog and Bucket Comedy Club in Manchester. And no, we're not talking about Gamal here.
We are talking about the Ashton-under-Lyne funny man, Justin Moorhouse. He's on a UK tour and stops off at the Manchester Opera House on Sunday.
Yeah, and our entertainment correspondent Caroline Whitmore grabbed a word with him when he stopped off here.
Arriving in Australia, in Manchester on, and the Australians would go, "What's that?" And they go, "It's Manchester." They have Manchester shops. I'm thinking, what goes on in there? Some bloke like Bez going, "Do you want some Vimto?" Right now.
Justin Moorhouse, welcome to Studio 2.
I'm so excited here in the very heart of the entertainment capital of the northwest of England.
I love it, and we've got you here as a cartoon.
I know, it's quite weird to have that on my shoulder. Like, people might recognise Stan Chow, one of our great artists in the northwest, done that for me.
You're on tour at the moment, and it's called The Greatest Performance of My Life.
Bold claim.
Which I love that. It is a bold claim.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you that.
The show's called The Greatest Performance of My Life, and that's a very arrogant thing to say. But it's not saying it's the funniest or the best or the most interesting. It's the performance. So the show's all about performing.
Yeah.
So I'm a comedian. I've been doing this for 25 years now, and I perform every day of my life. That's what I have to do. But we all perform. I'll talk about that in the show.
When people meet you, are they wanting you to be funny? Are you kind of going, "Oh, they wanted me to be funny"? And sometimes you don't want to be funny. Not you, but people in life just go, "Do you know what? Not today."
My auntie was in hospital, OK, and it's a long time ago now, and she passed away. She passed away in the hospital. I'm not blaming the hospital, by the way.
No.
Not blaming the hospitals.
It happens.
It happens, yeah. That's what
It'll
that's
happen
not
to
what we're
all
there
of us.
for, yeah.
No.
And I turn up, and they're going, "You're going to do a routine?" No.
You started, I think, was it the Frog and Bucket back in the day?
The idea of this place being there for a disparate band of people. If you're a dancer, you can go to ballet school. There's no clown academy.
No, there's not, is there?
There's no kind of... I mean, you can sort of teach...
That's your next project.
Yeah, teaching clowns. I love Peter Kay, I love Johnny Vegas. And we're so lucky in the Northwest. It's such a great place to watch and enjoy stand-up comedy.
You're at the Opera House on Sunday. You're on tour across the Northwest.
Mm-hmm.
You must kind of wake up and pinch yourself and go, "Done all right here, Justin."
Do you know what? I'm really, really grateful. I love what I do.
You mentioned then, like, you loved watching Peter Kay and Johnny Vegas. For us then to see you as young Kenny in Phoenix Nights, was that a dream role for you back in the day?
I was so lucky to get a part, like in Phoenix Nights, so early on. We got a coach to pick us up from the Albion, 3-course meal, all in, coffee, mince, cheese board, disco after, dancing. Anyway. I'd met Peter with Smog at a backstage somewhere, and I just said to him, "Oh, could I have an audition?" And he said, "Yeah, because everyone else has asked for a part, you can have an audition." I'll never forget that moment that you get the phone call. Changed my life. I worked for the council in
Did you?
Yeah, I worked for, the area repair team. It was one of them where they went, "Oh, had 2 of your men up my passage all afternoon, and, you know. And I went in the next day and I went, I'm leaving now. And they went, why? I went, because I've got a part in a TV show. Then 6 weeks later, it's Christmas and I had no job. I didn't realise that, obviously, yeah, it finishes after 6 weeks.
You were brought up in Hyde, weren't you?
Yeah. I did a few things like Gold Luck and the Three Bears when I was about 10. I was third child in King and I at the Romiley Forum.
You're now going across the Northwest. You know, do you have, like, a favourite theatre?
I love Chorley.
I love Chorley.
Theatre. I did 3 in a weekend there. It was like my residency. Like, Chorley was my Vegas.
There's such a big pool of you all who are from the Northwest. We're just a funny region, aren't we?
Yeah, we can say that in more ways than one, can't you?
Lovely to see you here. I'm loving you as a cartoon.
Thank you very much.
And best of luck with the greatest performance of your life.
Well, it will be Sunday night. I'm so grateful for you having us.
Normally, you sat on the sofa and you have that thrice weekly row. Did you fall asleep? No.
We are the funniest region, aren't we?
We certainly are. Well, you're not that funny. You can be, at times. Let's have a look at the weather. Here's Joe.
Mum, wet wipes, toilet or bin?
Bin. Why?
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Thank you. Very good evening to you and welcome to the weekend. The changeable theme will be continuing over the next few days. In general, it's mild, but there is certainly a fresher feel going forward with winds shifting direction into the weekend. And of the 2 days, Saturday offering the best in terms of sunshine for the northwest, with rain moving in later on in the day on Sunday. We can see that low pressure out to the west. That's been driving a front up across the UK today. It's going to bring some showery rain for our part of the world tonight, and then relatively clear conditions for tomorrow before the next batch of rain gradually moves in to round off the weekend and into the new week. Back to this evening's details. The next few hours we'll begin to see that front pushing in. The rain is fairly light and patchy, but it's misty, damp and murky for a few hours until those skies begin to clear through the early hours of Saturday morning. And temperature-wise tonight, it'll dip to around 9 or 10 degrees with a fairly light wind, perhaps a little fresher for Irish Sea coasts. There'll be some mistiness and fog developing before tomorrow morning. And then the sun will be up at 7:23, setting at 4:25 tomorrow afternoon. As we take a look at the weekend then, tomorrow any early spots of drizzle in the air associated with that low cloud die away very quickly. And then it'll be blue skies, plenty of sunshine before perhaps a little bit of cloud bubbling up through the course of the afternoon. It should stay dry, winds are fresher, particularly for western coast later on in the day. And 13 or 14 Celsius is still in fact above average for the time of year. But given we saw around 17, 18 degrees in recent days, it will feel fresher. A dry start on Sunday, but from the west later cloud will build and rain moves in later on in the day.
Cleaned up well.
United Utilities sponsors ITV Granada weather.
Thanks, Joe. And yeah, there's no snow in the forecast. Lots of people will still be having their bonfires this weekend, but it is beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Yeah, it always feels that bit closer when those Christmas markets get going, doesn't it?
Yeah, I may even get my Christmas deckies out.
Ooh, too early, too early. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.